Can you talk a little bit about caller ID in general? This is something that I get a ton in sales meetings, and there's a lot of mystery behind this idea of caller ID. Can you demystify some of that?
Backing up just a little bit, caller ID is made up of two components.
Right.
One is the number, and the other is the name. So, um, I'm going to get a little geeky on you for a second.
That's all right. I can handle it.
So, when you call me, your phone company, let's say your cell phone provider, who you have,
AT&T.
AT&T. So when you call me, AT&T sends my phone company the telephone number of your cell phone. Okay. Now I'm on Verizon, so before my phone ever rings, Verizon's phone system looks up your telephone number and matches in Verizon's database who it thinks owns that telephone number.
Okay.
Now, if things go well, it's going to say Pete Ristow. My phone's going to ring, and I'm going to see, oh, it's Pete that's calling.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. But Verizon has their own database.
Right.
AT&T has their own database.
Right.
Comcast, Frontier, all these different providers have their own data. UpLync has our own database. Now, we all share the global CNAM database of all this name information, but we all have to, all of these phone companies have to update their CNAM directories, right? So when you call me and it says Pete Ristow, that's great. But if you call somebody on Frontier and it says spam,
right,
they're not going to answer your call,
right?
So caller ID has become a big issue more and more as time goes on, because there's been some regulatory changes in the last year or two that have made the waters even more murky than before.
Right.
It's always been a problem, but now it's even a bigger problem.
Right. So now, I guess, is there a way, the question I have, I guess, is there a way to prompt these major companies to actually update their databases?
Well, so there's no way to push a button and prompt them, say, hey, we made a change. The only thing that can be done is that your phone company, or let's say if you're an UpLync customer, we make changes to this global CNAM database. So, you know, if Greater Lafayette Commerce calls somebody and their name portion is coming up incorrectly, we'll go in and we'll update the CNAM associated with their telephone number. But then it's a waiting game.
Right.
Then Verizon, AT&T, Frontier, Comcast, all these different phone companies have to pull those CNAM updates. And most providers do that in a respectable amount of time, a couple business days maybe. Some don't do it for months.
So it's really just a waiting game for the whole thing to percolate out to the rest of the industry.
It really is.
Okay.
It really is.